In and Out with Professor Yalman from Radio TED-U, Ankara, TED University Studios. Here we are with another episode of our programming where we have reached 22 countries. And yes, we aim to expand on that and let these voices be heard. The youth is going to save us. The youth, yes, the youth. That's what I say all the time because their ideas, their ideals, their imagination skills. And today's program is called Exchange. Willkommen! Ich habe Leute aus Deutschland hier. Wir werden nicht auf Deutsch sprechen, keine Sorge, aber ich wollte euch in ein Studio willkommen und ich habe sehr gute Erinnerungen über Deutschland in Bonn, Nikolaus Cusanus Gymnasium, etc., etc., etc. Falco, da, ich liebe dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht und so weiter. Let us know you first. So you are all the way here, exchange students from Germany, and we have a guest here as well who is, partially studying, partially not studying. But let us know you. Who are you and what are you doing here? How did you decide coming to Ankara TED University?
Well, thanks for having us. I am Nevena. I live in Germany since 2013, but I'm originally from Serbia. So also kind of exchange, very international exchange.
We like international.
Yes. And I'm here for an Erasmus semester in Ankara. And it was a wild ride until deciding for Ankara and actually being here in the end. We had a lot of obstacles. Maybe we'll tell about it.
Yeah, why not?
And but we're very happy to be here.
So you're from the Djokovic land.
Exactly.
Is he really big in Serbia? Djokovic?
He is.
Novak?
He is.
Yeah.
He's really big, and mothers in Serbia love him sometimes more than even their own child.
Well, I don't blame them because he's doing the unthinkable, He's still playing and he has this very good approach to life.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's the GOAT and sometimes he's the underdog still,
Yep.
So interesting character.
Yeah, sometimes he is challenging, but I think as a country we are really proud of him. Proud to have him on a very global scene and representing us. And he is also supporting the youth.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard, there's like a movement in Serbia at the moment. And he is also like publicly speaking about it and trying to support us. So yeah, very proud of him.
Excellent. And we have Tristan with a new hairdo.
Yes, my name is Tristan. I can speak here.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's better. I'm also from Germany, born and raised, but actually my parents are from Nigeria. So I was parented with the Nigerian culture, but with some German spice on it, I would say. Actually, Nevin and I are studying together. We study actually business chemistry. But we are doing here our business administration courses. Business chemistry is like a mixture of business administration and chemistry. And
like chemistry, the way we know it,
Yes, the way you know it, like boom. More like boom, yes. But also the plastic industry, cosmetics, something like that.
Excellent. We have such an international crowd. I had this guy from Nigeria the other time in our program. It aired, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and he was one of the 20 siblings. Can you believe this? And he was so happy about it, and he was so much turned on about it, etc., which I thought was excellent. And we have the guest.
I'm Sandro. I'm the guest. I'm visiting my friends here in Ankara.
Excellent. So this I'm going to pull a bit further so I see everybody here.
What can I say? Like, I study the same as they do, but I started a bit earlier. So I nearly finished. Like, I started working at the moment, but still a student. So I still have my last exam open. But yeah, to myself, maybe I'm half Spanish. My mom is Spanish. Like, it's the first generation of guest workers. My grandparents went back to Spain, but my mom stayed. So in that kind, also a bit of exchange.
Excellent, excellent.
Very international round.
Yeah, we have a very international audience here. I just want to make sure that I see you all. Like that, I'm going to see you more.
As a video podcast.
Yeah. You didn't notice?
No.
Surprise.
There we go. Yes. See, I always am in favor of no borders. You know, we should exchange and exchange and exchange and have no borders because at the roots of it all, we come from the same place, you know, and we live in the same boat, like the same planet. But we try to sort of differentiate in a way that, you know, either the flag or the border or the language or the religion or the, you know, unfortunately sometimes the way we speak, the accent, the race, the belief, the amount of historic background we have or we don't have, etc., etc. This is, I think, bullshit because, like, even in this room, we have so much internationalism. For example, my ancestors are from Macedonia. Yeah. So, I mean, I have also Macedonian blood in me. I mean, so being in one country is very limiting. Yes, we like the patriarch style, like of Novak, because he's making it known to certain people what they went through in those lands. But having this exchange programs, I think, is going to diminish that even further. How was your experience so far in Ankara?
I would say pretty good. There is a bit of a language barrier that's hard to work around, but in general, the Turkish people are very welcoming. Even though if they don't speak English, they really try to engage and help you, like using translate apps and everything. So I would say, until now, in general, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? So you would say
Yeah, I
the
got
same.
the same
Yes.
impression. Yes, really comforting.
So it's you. Do you feel yourself as if you're an Ausländer? Like, you know, external being coming from some other type of species to our land.
Sadly, yes.
Yes?
Sadly, yes. There are a lot of limitations if you visit Turkey, like also just in Ankara, because we haven't traveled a lot yet. But there are a lot of limitations. Like for everything, you need a residency permit.
Or
we
a
don't
Turkish telephone number.
Yes, like a Turkish telephone number. And in the beginning, we didn't have any possibilities of like getting our own numbers, and we still don't have a student transportation card. There are a lot of limitations for us, like exchange students, to get into the normal student living wise, like others.
So do you deal with an office here at the university, actually supposedly, which should help you make things easier, or are you on your own?
No, we are not really on our own. We always have the help of the international office. They helped us a lot with the residence permit progress. They initiated that, so they are really, really helpful.
If you knew all these things that was going to be so difficult, would you still decide upon coming over?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a general thing. I think in whichever country you go, there will be things like this. Things you don't think of, and then when you're there, it just happens. So I would not say I would not do it because of that. I'm pretty used to it because in Serbia we also have a lot of bureaucracy and like you have to get this paper and then do this and that.
And in Germany, it's basically the same.
In
Yes.
Germany
We're
too.
honest.
Yeah, it sometimes can get really odd as well. I mean, okay. So why would you have an exchange program? Why did you sign up for an exchange program? Why didn't you sort of continue in your own comfortable circles your studies? Why did you have this urge of having being an exchange student actually?
Well, I personally think it's very enriching for your mind and for your soul too. Coming from a different country and living in Germany, I already had the experience of like different mentalities and different approaches of problems and solutions. So I thought, why not add another country more to my palette?
And,
you know.
And additionally, I think we like to challenge us a little bit.
We do.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was one of the reasons we came here to Turkey, because we knew it will be completely different,
Different, right?
culture and something like that.
We often talk about, like, we could have chosen, I don't know, France or Italy or
Yes.
Spain, but it would be more similar to Germany, and then it wouldn't be this feeling of, let's explore something new, let's get to know totally different people and a totally different culture. So
Were you surprised of the fact that there are so many different countries present here in the school?
yes,
You were surprised?
yes, like
Definitely.
really, I
Yeah.
did not expect that.
No, me neither.
But it's good. Like, this is great to hear, and I was really positively surprised because, as I said, I love being in an environment where different cultures and mentalities meet and get to know from each other and, like, enrich. Yeah.
No.
I was surprised myself, actually. Like, I've been teaching in various universities, including Barcelona and everything. But I think this is one of the universities where I have almost, in some of my classes, almost 45% of the students being from different countries. And sometimes I call them troubled geographies. Because wherever something bad is happening or challenging is happening, those people are from those geographies, and having them all in the same class, in the same melting pot, and being able to talk about these challenges, I think it's such a luxury
Definitely.
for me as well, because I learn so much of the urges and the challenges and the handicaps and why they are here and what their dreams are, where they want to reach. Imagine having in one room you have Palestine, okay, and then you have somebody from Israel being the speaker
Yeah.
in the same room, and then you have Pakistan and Afghanistan, and then you have Ukraine, and then you have Yemen and Somalia and Iraq. It's
Yeah.
actually,
Definitely.
I think I can anticipate what's going to happen if I have a Brit, an American, a French guy, or a Spanish guy in the same room. I can anticipate that because more or less I have dealt with these people my entire life, or studied with them, or worked with them. But this geographies and the youth, the blood, and the way they approach things and how positive they are is fantastic. I have this student, for example. He's from originally Egypt, but he lives in Saudi. His family's in Saudi Arabia. He's a designer, and he has his designer brand, and he's trying to become international. And he's asking me, "Oh, Professor, should I have this business of mine as a setup in Portugal or Dubai?" Who would ask this? It's fun. It's something exciting and fantastic, I think. Over to you. So, like, how is it? Because I was very curious, and I get this often. How is it to be like an intern, but at the same time studying? Isn't this a challenge? Or because sometimes people say, I can't deal with this. I just have to focus on one thing. How does one become a multitasker?
Yeah, multitasking is hard, let's say it that way. Did a lot of internships before, but in that time I was like fully focusing on the internship, not on university. Like, I did break, like a lot of people do. Like, it's smart if you work full time for the first time. But now it's different because it's the first, let's call it, real job. Like, it's probably a net job for the next 5 to 10 years, who knows.
What is your field? What do you?
It's a traineeship in supply chain.
Okay,
So
supply chain.
is very long, from production to planning to the logistics, but also customer service. And in my position, I'm doing the trainee for 3 years now, and each year I'm going to a different location or step in the supply chain and learn the
All right.
stuff from there.
What did you study originally?
Business chemistry.
Business chemistry as
So
well.
it's-
Oh, the bomb guys.
Yes.
Okay, the bomb guys. All right, I have a question for the bomb guys, because I asked this question. I've been asked this question a lot, and I have a startup on this right now, where I give and encourage and train people. That's the aim of the startup, to be autonomous and at the same time equipped in the AI age, so you don't lose your jobs to AI. That's what the startup aims. Okay, I will talk about that as we launch the startup next month. But what I want to ask you is, how, especially starting from you, how do you see your jobs becoming obsolete with AI taking over and something mechanical such as like the supply chain? Aren't you sort of, oh my God, worried? What am I going to do? What's going to happen, etc.?
Very good question. To be honest, we have our international headquarters. Like for Europe, the supply chain headquarters is in Barcelona, and they are mainly focusing on AI and how to improve supply chain, because a lot of things are easily done by an AI. For example, planning. The majority of the planning stuff, like how many goods we need, how many raw material we need, an AI is probably better and faster than every human. So they try to find solutions where they can use AI more and then less people. But to be honest, they drive us to study more into the fields of computer science and IT and do a lot of things there, because a lot of things are programming and scripting, and AIs are not like, if you really work with AIs, you can do a lot more, like chats and the whole program, so they can do everything for you. A lot of people don't know that they can program it in AI for their use, but that's some stuff they tend us to do. And in the end of the day, of course, there's the idea maybe they replace us someday, but there are still a lot of gaps and a lot of
Well, Elon Musk says, even if they replace us someday, we will still make a lot of money, and we won't be able to work. We won't need to work, and we'll be all wealthy, whatever. How do you guys see it? I mean, AI being so much popular right now, the threat of replacing even the professors one day.
I don't know. I hope that AI will just be a tool for us to extend our knowledge and our skills. But at some certain point, I don't think it can replace us. We're still social beings and human beings. And even though maybe AI is optimizing the supply chain, it can't do everything. It can't communicate with your suppliers. So you still have to call them and talk to them.
Unless the supplier has also an AI version of it there. So AI, machines talking to each other, now AI talking to each other. They're
but
designing
don't you
that.
think it would cause us as community to go maybe even extinct? Maybe...
Oh, I totally agree with you. I think AI should be just a tool and
Definitely.
stay as a tool. And I am my daughter, she's 24. Well, she's going to be 24. She's 23, but she's 20. I call her 24. She refuses to use ChatGPT.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
She goes, no. And she has also another point of view. I'm going to have her as a guest in hopefully in this room one day. But she also has this approach. She goes, you got to earn your rights to activate something, okay? So that's why she doesn't use ChatGPT. And she's also vegan, because she says, if you want meat, you go and hunt it.
Oh my God, this is the same exact
You
thing
go and
they
hunt
say.
it. And then you skin it and you dry it. It's she says, these are not vegetables that they sit in a cage and then you put a needle in the forehead and then everything is. She sort of refuses to eat meat because of this. She goes, you gotta earn your rights. You gotta earn and you gotta fight for it. Sure. So very interesting. So what is your aspect, Tristan, about AI?
I can speak
the chemical
mainly
bombs
for the chemistry area, and I think we all three of us noticed when we did our chemistry assignments in university, just from our courses, that AI doesn't give you the answer that is proper to that question, because AI is just lacking in knowledge of different complex chemistry theories. And I think, for example, this area, AI cannot replace everything, I would say.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like right now in our startup, we're experimenting with organic video streaming versus AI being the production of you. So the organic video streaming, we need to sort of shoot you and edit you, and
The classical way.
the classical way. It takes a long time, but with the AI video streaming, you just need to sort of shoot you like 10 minutes from different angles, have your voice, and then I put you even on the moon. Okay, but interestingly, we did this test. The AI version and the influence, the effect of the AI version versus the organic version. The organic version has a bigger impact. But the threat is, if the incoming generations adapt to this kind of streaming or process, then the organic would it dissolve? But then I bring this question where we still use records and record players, and it feels authentic. And rather than Spotify, sometimes I find myself, placing the record and listening to music there, whatever. And I thought this was only my generation, but I also see it from your generation who do that. So the record sales did not diminish that much. I have this other question where it's not very AI related, but how do you see, as people from different parts of the world, the chemistry of mankind, or mankind is sexist, humankind. I have this problem with woman, human.
It is a problem.
It is a
Thank you
problem,
for
right?
saying
It really sort of bothers me.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Same over here.
Yeah, mensch. So, how do you see this chemistry? Are we getting closer, or are we dissolving?
Oof, hard question, and it pinpoints everything what is happening in the world right now. I think we're dissolving, and it's so sad, and it's so scary for me too, because like in the end, the human chemistry actually it's the same. We're all built by the same molecules and by the same things and same emotions also, which are chemicals, if we want to take it the proper way.
Yes.
And it's so sad to see people just like being so individualized that they lose the sense, the feeling for community. Doesn't matter, or in a national level or in a small like school community or whatever, like individualization, as good as it is, it has bad sides. And I think at this moment in society where we are, everybody's tending to just like do their own thing, go their own way. We see it worldwide. We see the political situation everywhere, and it makes me really sad and scared.
Yeah, I have a proposal for Apple. Actually, they should erase iPhone and redo the branding as V phone.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I have a question to you.
Okay.
Again, in the same realm. Now, business chemistry. Okay. In companies, is it the same situation where it's difficult to establish the business chemistry, or or empowering this us factor versus the individualism? I mean, do we also see that in organizations from your perspective? Because one day you're going to find yourself in an organization, either an organization that you create or an organization that already exists, where there are people in there from different countries. Do we see the same result as we sort of feel what's happening in the world?
Yeah, it's a tricky question because I never worked in the chemistry.
That's why I want your perspective.
In the chemistry. I think it's the same problem there, or the same difficulty. Just it's because we have all these different positions in an organization, and they had to work together, but they all have their own like supervisor or something. And I think sometimes it's just like the people just wants to obtain or just wants to resolve the problems that they get from the supervisor instead of
seeing the big picture.
Instead of seeing the big picture, because I can speak from my experience that I had in Stepstone, for example. I worked in Stepstone. It's like a job supplier company, and we had the problem. I worked in the credit management sector, and we had the problem that we didn't work together. It was like us as the credit managers and the salespersons who get always into a kind of fight because the salesperson just wanted to sell some things, but we just wanted to make sure that that the company still is liquid, that we still have the money in the company. But yeah,
It's interesting. When I used to work at Gillette before it was Procter and Gamble, it was the same situation. Whoever was in the very, very sort of senior management, they had their own ethnic group around them. So it was either the Spaniards running the company, or the Brazilians, or the Middle Easterns, whatever. So whatever was accumulated in the decision-making process or authorities, the entire company's culture was shifting towards one end. But the way they glued it together under, Gillette values, etc., etc. So I think the answer to the question is to be surrounded by the common values, and we shouldn't be dictated by religion, beliefs, or historical backgrounds, etc. Since you guys are all chemists in a way here, I have this universal question for you.
Sure.
Is love chemistry?
Well,
Are we chemical bombs that all of a sudden when we have this interaction we explode? Because love hurts, people say.
it does.
Oh.
A lot, sometimes.
So as a chemist, tell me about it.
Well, as I mentioned, if we look from like the just process way, love is a chemistry. It's a certain hormone and certain chemicals getting out of your specific brain areas and causing reactions. But I also saw a really interesting video where a woman talked about like love in also two different ways. Like it is a chemical, but there is like love the feeling and there's also love the action. And I thought it was so beautiful because she got the question, is love enough? So we can say love as chemical or like love the feeling. It's not enough. It's not enough. Love the action. It's something which shows up, which actually lets the other person on the other side feels loved. So if you want to say from a chemical perspective, it's just a chemical. It's just like some reaction in your brain. But not the love we're hoping for is not just a chemical.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with you because the emotions we feel it's for real. It's based on chemical reactions, and I think chemistry you can apply this concept also on love. Yeah, I agree with Nevena.
Do you think it has an effect on genetic coding as well? Like our genes?
Probably the genes are our main source for everything, but I want to say to that, like, it's hard to rationalize love.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if you meet a person, it's not instantly you're in love. Like, that can happen, but it's like, to get there, it's work from your side, and it's also, like, maybe it's rationalized, maybe it's just the heart that says do it, or like a gut feeling. So to rationalize everything, in the end of the day, it's chemistry, it's a chemical reaction, but to go there, that's...
But we decide if you want to act on it or not.
True.
Like the reaction is triggered in the brain, but you still can choose to not act on it. Like there are people who do not choose to act on it. And then there are people, hopeless romantics as me, we do act on it all the time. And we do get hurt and it's also fine.
Talking about hopeless romantics, I experienced my hopeless romanticism, it was my second time that I experienced that, because my first time was I was in not high school, but primary school, and I was in Greece. I was in love with Inger Strud. If she's listening, hey Inger.
Greetings to her.
Greetings to her. I was in fourth grade, very little, and she was tall. She was from Norway, and I used to sort of wait for a chance to talk to her and interact. So one day she forgot her lunchbox
Perfect opportunity.
in the bus. So I took the lunchbox And I asked my mom to put new sandwiches in there for her for the next day, whatever. So I gave it to her and whatever. But I never knew her exact feelings, you know. And years passed. We found each other on Facebook one day. I was divorced, and I go, I'm going to ask you something. Did you know my feelings towards you? She said yes.
Because you did love as an action.
Yeah, she said yes, but I never had the guts to tell you.
Yeah.
So it was so nice after all those years, you know, even if you're like in the 4th grade, you know, love is love, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, this was such an exchange, nice exchange from different mentalities, but we are sort of unified under love. Und ich düse in Sauserschritt, bring die Liebe Nena. Oh my God, you bring me so many memories. Thank you very much for being here, for being in Ankara, so that we have met. Hopefully we will never disconnect. And I am so happy that you guys are here, are my students in my 2 classes. I'm very glad that you took the time to visit. So, In and Out with Professor Yalman from Radio TEDU, Ankara, TED University Studios. We had this very nice exchange program with these lovely, wonderful business chemists. Okay, thanks very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.